Hello, welcome to this lesson from Simple-ESL, and in today's lesson we're going to look at how we form tag questions. So tag questions, we're going to explain these correctly using positive and negative forms. We're going to use tag questions in various tenses and with modal verbs, and we're going to understand intonation differences from questioning versus confirming. Now, why are these important? We learn tag questions as these can improve fluency. Tag questions are commonly used in daily conversations. We can use it to check or confirm information as they help in making sure information is correct. And these add to politeness and engagement. We use tag questions to keep conversations flowing. So, for example, it's a beautiful day, isn't it? It's a lovely day, isn't it? Or if you wanted to check information, you didn't finish your work, did you? You didn't do the homework, did you? Now, if you want to do the homework, you can use the QR code below or the link in the description to get to our Patreon and access our lessons and worksheets. But let's start and let's see the structure. So how do we form tag questions? Now, forming of tag questions, we are looking at statement. So a statement would be positive or negative, and then a short question. So, he is your brother, isn't he? He is your brother, isn't he? We can also form it using the auxiliary verb, so a helping verb, and then the subject pronoun. Now we can see the different examples in present simple, past simple, and with modal verbs. He is your brother, isn't he? We have past simple. You did your work, didn't you? And modal verbs. She can swim, can't she? Now, what do we mean by intonation? So, intonation is the rising or falling at the end of the sentence, and this can mean different things. If we go up, we're looking for confirmation. He has finished his project, hasn't he? Hasn't he? We're not sure. Yes or no, we need an answer. He has finished his project, hasn't he? Now, if we wanted falling intonation, this is where we expect an agreement. So, I'm the teacher. You're coming to class, aren't you? Aren't you? We are expecting you to say yes. We know the answer. This is just putting emphasis on the fact that we want that answer. Now we're going to do a little bit more practice of how we can form this, and let's do it with a gap fill exercise. She is your teacher. How would we fill in this gap? We can take this and turn it negative. So the negative of is isn't. So we'd put isn't she. She is your teacher, isn't she? So we can see here, we take that part and we turn it negative. Then we take the subject and we put it at the end. She is your teacher, isn't she? Let's try with this one. You didn't call me. Now, we have the negative here of didn't. We need to turn it the other way. So if it's not negative, it's positive. So we want did. So you didn't call me, did you? You didn't call me, did you? So we can see how we swap them round, and we use the negative if it's positive or the positive if it's negative. You have a go at this one. We have met before. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have met before, haven't we? So we have we, have becomes negative, haven't. We have met before, haven't we? They weren't late. So they weren't late. We want this to be positive. They weren't late, were they? You can help me. I can. You can help me. Can't you? You can help me. Can't you? Let's try this matching exercise. Let's match the statements to the correct tag. You are tired. He can drive. They weren't late. She doesn't like coffee. We have met before. Let's take a look at you are tired. So you and are. So we're looking for the negative for are. You are tired, aren't you? Let's try our next one. He can drive. Can't he? They weren't late. So the positive of weren't would be were. They weren't late, were they? She doesn't like coffee. She doesn't like coffee, does she? And this leaves us our final question here. We have met before. We have met before, haven't we? Now let's try rewriting these questions. I would like us to use the correct tag. So she is a doctor. What would this become? She is a doctor. So I want to take that to the end. I'm returning this negative. She is a doctor, isn't she? They can't swim. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They can't swim, can they? Okay. You will help me, won't you? You will help me, won't you? He wasn't at school, so we want the positive of wasn't and he to the end. He wasn't at school, was he? He wasn't at school, was he? I have met you before. I have met you before. What are we looking for there? I have met you before. I have met you before, haven't I? So we can see here, I goes down here. Have becomes negative for haven't. I have met you before, haven't I? This allows us to continue the conversation, keeps it flowing. I've met you before, haven't I? Yes, we met at school. It allows you to gather more information. And you can practice this by doing independent practice. Maybe find a partner, and I would like you to ask and answer using tag questions so you get a feel for how these conversations continue. So I would like you to use different intonations, going up, going down. If we're going up, we're not sure. You like pizza, don't you? You like pizza, don't you? So this is to express doubt. Now, if I want to express confirmation, I know the answer, but I just want you to repeat it. We won't be late, will we? Will we? This shows confidence, and we just want an answer. We want a response that is the same. So why not try asking these questions with a partner, with a friend, and practice going up, going down to express doubt, or confirm. And I would like you to have some real life conversations if you can. So I would like you to practice describing using tag questions. So talk about your weekend plans. I will play football. So you could say, you play football, don't you? You could describe a friend's personality, or you could ask about hobbies and interests. So, my sister loves to read. She loves reading, doesn't she? And I know the answer. I want yes, she does. And if you'd like some more practice with this, why not use the QR code below to access our lessons and worksheets on our Patreon. But what have we learned today? We've learned how to form tag questions correctly, the difference between rising intonation and falling intonation. We've used tag questions for confirmation and questioning. The next steps you can practice with your partner or a friend and listen to native speakers using tag questions. And if you like some more practice, why not use the homework exercises on the Patreon? And I will see you in the next lesson. Have a wonderful week.